Hey everyone, I'd like to welcome y'all again to another episode of the Southern Dog Men podcast. Guys, we got a good one coming tonight. Finally getting some coon guys on here. I've heard a lot of people, hey, get some coon hunters on there. Let's talk about some coon dogs. Tonight, we have it. So I'm joined by Mr. Nathan Henderson, and I'm joined by owner, CEO of Top Dog Kennel Club, Justin Hatfield. How y'all doing this evening?
Doing good, man.
Let's start this thing off tonight. Nathan, you got the Copper Basin Coon Club. Is that what you call it up there?
Yeah, it's the Copper Basin Houndsman Association.
Well, let's jump on into that a little bit, buddy. Kind of tell us what you're doing up there, and kind of what made you want to start doing it, and things like that, buddy.
Well, we a bunch of us got together. You know, we didn't have a coon club in our area. I think Blue Ridge, Georgia, was our closest one, and you know we were looking to run a lot of the competition hunts and things like that. We really wanted to get a lot of involvement for the youth. We had a lot of young guys that I'd coached in football and baseball and basketball, things like that, that was wanting to coon hunt and things, and so we got a club going. We made it for not just the coon hunters. I mean, we tried to incorporate, if you're a dog hunter of any kind, pretty much, we're going to take you in. We've got plenty of people fighting against the hunting world, and it's going to take all of us to kind of keep it going. So we wanted to reach out as many people as we could and take them on as members. The bear hunters, the hog hunters, the rabbit, squirrel, coon. I mean, if you can chase it with a dog, we're willing to take you in and help you do what we need to do from our side too. We seem to really have got a lot more coon hunters than we did anything when we started the club. So with that, we've been running a lot more coon hunts. We run the PKC, we run UKC, Top Dog. We're probably running more Top Dog hunts than we are anything. It was new to us, and we started doing them, and we really fell in love with Top Dog. Just the format, the amount of money that it paid back. It was paying back more than a lot of the other clubs and stuff that was hosting hunts. So
before we go any further, where is y'all's I guess clubhouse or club? Where are y'all located at?
So we're at 686 Cherokee Trail. It's Copper Hill, Tennessee, but it's really in Ducktown, if anybody knows where that's at. And I'm sure there's probably not that many people out there that knows where that's at.
Okay.
It's right in the southeast corner of Tennessee, where Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee all meet up.
Man, you ought to be able to pull a lot of people in right there. There's a lot of dog men where the three states are combining right there.
We do. We have a lot of folks in our area. We got a lot of bear hunters, hog hunters, just a lot of dog people. I'm 42 years old now, and I've been hunting with dogs before I could walk. My grandpa was carrying me on his back, going, and it's starting to die a lot though. Seems like a lot of the generations, and that was another reason, with the club. Like I said, we had a bunch of young guys that was starting to hunt, which we got a small school, but still, we don't have that many youth that's really into hunting that much anymore. They've just kind of it's a dying thing. It seems like sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Video games and everything like that. It's hard to get a kid out in the woods.
It's very tough sometimes.
So, well, you brought up Top Dog. Justin, tell us a little bit about that and the organization. Like I said, I didn't know anything about it until Nathan mentioned it to me. So let's kind of jump on into that. How's this organization set up? Kind of what makes it different than some of the others?
Well, I'll just kind of start from the beginning. I hunt a little bit of everything: PKC, Pro Sport, UKC. I hunt all the registries, and me and a friend of mine got to talking about doing something for the youth. So that's how Top Dog actually come about. Because if you got a kid that hunts and he wants to get in a competition hunt, most of the time they don't want to go against the big boys. So we started Top Dog to help these younger guys and people that don't know a whole lot, just teach them how to competition. That really is what it started out to be. And then it's just me and a buddy. We just decide, hey, we're going to do our best to write some decent rules that we think's different from other registries, and some things are a lot similar to other registries. And it just took off. Uh, I mean, it's like I was telling Nathan. I said sometimes I wonder if I got enough time to keep up with everything going on in the world because I'm always sitting at this computer at night. But we got squirrel hunts, we got rabbit hunts. We've been talking about maybe doing something where we could do something for the big game hunters as well. Um, I'm not really me personally. I've never been in a squirrel hunt competition. I've got people that's involved with us that has kind of helped start the squirrel side, and the same on
Mm-hmm.
rabbit side. I can't tell you not. I wouldn't know where to start, buddy. As far as all I know is you tree your dog. That's all I know about this. As far as how squirrel hunting works. Um, I mean, it's something that we could. I've been wanting to try it, just see what it's about. But
Now, where are y'all kind of based out of? You out of the Tennessee area also, or
I guess I'm more in the East Tennessee area,
okay?
and I'm not really far from Nathan. I'm about 40 minutes to an hour from Nathan, and my partner, he's up around he's in Indiana. And that's where our office is really at. I mean, all of our papers and stuff like that, they come out of Indiana.
Uh,
And
how many states y'all having throw hunts right now? Is it still something that's kind of small, or is it starting to kind of take off a little more? I was looking at your rule sets, man, and y'all have some pretty nice rules that I feel like the coon hunting side really likes, and the squirrel dog side would probably like it a lot too.
as far as our rules go, I mean, there's 9 of us, on the TDKC board that helps kind of make decisions together. I mean, it's not one man making a decision or 2 men, and we just kind of work together and try to be. We got to be different, so our rules are going to be different in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, some rules I don't even like them, but it's just the way we got to be different. So we just we got a few rules. I mean, when I got hit with it this week at the World Hunt, one of my buddies did. He was hunting one of my dogs, and he said, "Man, he said he texted me. He said I'm scratched." I said, "What are you scratched for?" He told me he treed a squirrel in a den in the same tree, and it hit me.
Mm.
Most of the time when that happens, it means either the coon went in the hole and pushed the squirrel out, or something like that. But in TDKC, if you can't verify any other game in the tree, as far as a coon goes, then you'll get hit if you tree any off game whatsoever. So that's what happened.
Yeah, I was actually the judge in that cast, and my dog got scratched too.
And I told him he's crazy. I said, I ain't never seen my dog tree a squirrel. This one,
Now, Nathan, what'd you get scratched for, buddy?
The dog I was handling for my buddy, not Justin, another guy. Both of his dog and Justin's dog were treed together on that tree.
Oh, so you can't have 2 dogs come into the same tree then, huh?
Well, you could, but they both had a squirrel in it.
Oh, man, y'all need to put them things some squirrel hunts. It sounds like.
yeah.
So how many states and how many different clubs are kind of hosting hunts for you?
I believe. I mean, we got some in Indiana, and we're nowhere near as big up north as we are down here in this area. I mean, we got some hunts, and Scotty Garner. I mean, they held a state hunt for the youth state hunt in Alabama there last year, and there's another club on more south and in Alabama. We had a club in Georgia, but the guys, they just didn't have the support to keep it rolling, so they ended up they're not on board with us no more. I mean, they keep talking about wanting to do it, but pretty much Georgia, Alabama, surrounding states have got it going. Got some in it.
Okay.
Tennessee's been booming since we started this. I mean, that's why we keep having the world hunt in Tennessee. It's because we're so supported in Tennessee. TDKC is we got a lot of support in Tennessee, and there ain't no point in moving it somewhere if you're not supported as heavy, and that's why we keep it so far. We've kept it here.
Exactly. And that's one of the things with all these clubs. You got to have members that want to come and hunt with you, or it's just it's hard to host a hunt when people don't show up. I hosted 2 hunts down here at my house this year, and it was the first time I've hosted. Man, I think I had 9 dogs both times, and that was even at our UMCA state hunt. I believe I had 9 dogs, but we still had a good time and everything. But you sit there and you're like, man, you put in all this work, think a lot of people's going to show up, and you only get a handful. It's like, dang, should I even try doing this again?
Yeah, I mean, I understand. I understand completely.
So, well,
any kennel club, you got to have support. You got to have guides, and you got to have judges, and you got to have guys that'll step up.
mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about it. And I was at the World Hunt. I was in a situation where if Nathan wouldn't have been there and another board member, man, I'm telling you, it would have killed me.
Yeah.
Because I would have walked my guts out.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of help, and I'm thankful for the help we got in TDKC. I mean, we're still learning how to make TDKC grow, and we got a lot of sponsors that come on this year, and we've been talking about it for a while, doing something for our youth. We want to do something pretty big for our youth and start doing more stuff for our youth, and I think that's our objective this year.
Now, this youth hunt that's coming up, Nathan, is it sponsored by the Top Dog Kennel, or is that something you're kind of throwing yourself? Is it associated in any way together?
Yeah, so it is. It's the Top Dog Kennel Club Youth World Championship. That's what it's going to be.
Okay.
It'll be the hunt and show side.
Okay. Well, a lot of people ain't knowing about it and stuff like that. Can just any youth hunter show up with a dog, or do they have to hunt a certain number of hunts with the organization to be entered? How does that work?
So, like with the adults, or do you want to take this one, Justin?
You got it. Go ahead.
So, like with the adults, you have to qualify. Your dog has to actually qualify. It has to be in so many hunts before you can hunt, and qualifies you for the world hunt.
Mm-hmm.
With the youth side of things, man, we want kids involved. That's our, like Justin said, that's our number one thing. We want to get more youth involved. We want them to come out. We want them to have a good time. So you don't have to qualify. You can show up Friday afternoon. Never even heard of Top Dog until Thursday afternoon, and you can drive up Friday afternoon. We can sign you up right there, make you a youth member, and sign your dog up for the hunt, and you can go hunt and maybe walk away as the world champ.
Is this an all weekend event or just a Friday night?
So it's going to be a Friday and Saturday. We're going to have qualifying rounds to kind of get our top 16 dogs for the late round on Saturday. Friday night will be a qualifier. There'll be 2 1-hour hunts. And then on Saturday day, at 2 o'clock, we're going to do a bench show. That'll be the World Bench Show for them. We're going to try to have a bunch of other activities, for the kids to be involved in, trade days, stuff like that. Just something to get a lot of folks out there. And, have something to keep the kids interested.
Mm-hmm.
We got to kind of keep their minds occupied all the time. If they just start sitting around, they're going to get bored. So we got to have something for them to do.
Yep.
And then Saturday night, the early round at 7 o'clock will be the deadline for it. And it will be another 1-hour hunt, another qualifier. After that round's over with, we'll take the top 16 dogs, and they'll hunt in the finale. Of course, first through fourth place and points-wise from the first 3 hunts will hunt off, and then so forth, 5th through 8th and on to get the placement for the final. There'll be 4 casts in the final event.
Okay. Now, kind of prizes y'all doing? I kind of creeped on the Facebook page. Boy, it looked like y'all had some real nice, pretty trophies at the World Hunt. Y'all got some nice trophies made up again for these kids?
Yeah. I know we're going to have quite a few trophies and prizes. Correct me if I'm wrong, Justin. I think we're going to be awarding the top 16.
Yeah, that's what we're working on now.
There you go.
And then, of course, as we take on more sponsors and people that want to donate towards the youth, that'll be another prize package that we can give to one of them or whatnot. and we'll be accepting that stuff, up until day before if we need to.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the better we can make it for these kids, the better off we're going to be, and the better future we've got for the sport. Not just coon hunting, but for squirrel hunting or rabbit hunting or any of it. Anything that includes a dog.
Yeah. Now, are y'all kind of throwing any more youth events, or is it y'all just kind of wait and throw one big one and it's kind of the world hunt, or do y'all kind of try to spread them out? One weekend maybe throw a youth event somewhere, or how's that work with you?
We had. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say the great thing about Top Dog that really caught me was if you've got a couple of youth that show up to just an open event, the adults can hunt against each other, and you can put just those two youth in a cast by themselves.
Oh, okay.
Well, not just by themselves. We'll have a hunting judge with them. An adult will go with them and judge the cast, and it don't have to be 4 or 5 show up, or it doesn't have to be a sanctioned hunt from to have a youth cast. They show up, and we can put them in a cast by themselves and let them hunt against each other that way.
So there's always a chance for some youth to be able to get out into the woods and hunt.
Yes.
That's amazing, guys. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Fortunately, at our club, we have quite a few youth that come out. A lot of our other registries, we might have 1 to 2 casts that'll show up for a hunt. And we have a TDKC, we may have 4 to 6 casts show up for a hunt. And usually at least 1 to 2 of those are going to be a youth cast.
Mm-hmm. Now, are y'all doing any kind of like a handler of the year points or dog of the year points? Y'all keep up with anything like that throughout the year?
We do per state. We do a state race.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily based off money earned or nothing like that. That would be, if you was to tie with somebody for first place, that would come down to tiebreaker. But as far as winning it, the way we do it is you get, let's just say you come and hunted one of our events and you scored, let's just say on the first cast you scored 250 plus. All right. With that being said, that'd be 4 points going towards your state race. Let's say on the next cast you either had circle points or you had minus points, but you still won your cast. You only get 1 point for that.
Okay.
So it's based on a point system. It ain't really based on money because, we just want to do something different. It's really based off what you score and win with.
Okay.
You gain a point. You'll gain points on every cast win, but it depends on what you score, on what your points will be, pretty much.
I like that format, though. If you have a hunt where you can go in there and tree several coons, it's going to give you more points throughout the year. I like it.
Yeah, I think I went to we had the Nationals, which is what we call the Nationals. It's where at the end of the year we take all the state race winners and each state, and we go wherever we're going to hold the hunt at, which was Indiana. We went to Indiana this past year, and I'd scored 850, and that's the first. I think I'm the first dog to ever have 850 plus, and in TDKC. And that was 10 points, and it kind of up there, we're not used to treating that kind of coons down here,
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I said, up there, I said, they really need to be a bigger bracket because up there you could tree a whole lot of coons.
It's kind of comparing apples to oranges here because I run the squirrel dogs, and I've heard it in the coonhound world too. Some of the buddies that I talk with, they still dabble in the coon hunting and stuff, or they've transitioned from the coon hunts over to the squirrel hunts. They say the guys like us that are up here in these mountains, the game ain't as thick, the dogs got to kind of work a little harder. You ain't treeing as much. But when you take them somewhere where the woods is just slap full of coons or slap full of squirrels, that a lot of times these mountain dogs really get up there and shine and can beat up on some other dogs. Is that kind of something y'all see on the coon hunting side of stuff?
I've seen both. I've seen a real good track minded dog down here go up there and on his head because he's got so much he can smell. And I've also seen take a dog down here that's more on the ambush style. Him just tired up up there. I mean, just look great.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen both worlds. Like your track dog, I don't think does as good up there as the ambush dog, but that's just the way I say. I mean, that's just my opinion on it. I'm sure there are some track dogs out there that's really nice that know to settle quick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I know.
Hey, I'm just happy if mine trees.
That's how I feel. Well, Nathan had kind of mentioned that you're wanting to take Top Dog into some other categories. I guess, like you said, the squirrel hunting, the beagle trials, maybe some of the bear trials. I mean, is that something you are going to try to start doing this year to help the organization grow? Is it something that's already kind of taken off?
they're already having rabbit events and squirrel events.
Okay.
We've had a bunch of people reach out down here in the South about maybe holding our events, that hold other events,
Mm-hmm.
like other rec kennel clubs. We've had a bunch reach out to us down here, but nobody's took it on. Because, like I said, I mean, I got the rule book. Yeah, I can go out there and walk around the woods with you, but I know coon hunting, like the back of my hand, but you throw me in a cast, I'd be nervous wreck trying to judge squirrel cast, not knowing what's going on. it ain't something I haven't ever been affiliated with it enough to say, hey, let's have a squirrel hunt,
Mm-hmm. I understand that. Well, from some of the people that don't know, like I said, we're kind of squirrel doggers, dabble in some coon hunt stuff. Could you break down how some of the beagle trials, or maybe like a hog trial or something like that, how do they work?
If we go into, we've not started the big game side yet.
Uh-huh.
We kind of, BJ and Nathan, they kind of put something on last year that kind of gave me an idea, what they got going on with that, or how they do it. And I mean, it looks really simple to me. I mean, as far as putting it together, but of course, if I was ever to come up with the rules for it, then I would have to get Nathan on board with me, because that's something them boys know about. I've never really got into it.
So what about it, Nathan? Could you go into some detail about it for maybe somebody who's interested?
Oh man, I'd rather turn a bear dog loose any day as a coon dog. Yeah. So, I mean, we really don't have a set thing. One of the things that we were looking at and we talked with Justin about is, you have a lot of big game hunters and bear hunters that, they have great dogs. They have good bloodlines, things like that. These guys have perfected their stock of dog. And, there's no recognition with those dogs. Where, like in the coon hunting world, you've got your grand show champions. You've got your grand night champions. You've got this dog that's won $100,000. To where in the bear world, it's really just word of mouth, like, hey, Fred's got a good dog up there. Anybody ought to go breed to him. To where even in the coon world, like they have the field trial stuff. You got the swim champions, you've got just the field trial champions in general. And we were looking at something kind of like that with the big game stuff when we do these bear treeing contests, the bear drag contest, the bear swim contest, the bear bay contest. And also looking at maybe even the hog side of it too. Of course, the way things are anymore, everything has to be kind of a fake animal.
Mm-hmm.
No live animals anymore.
That was a question I was going to ask, because there's some states that's like on a treeing contest, you can't even use a real coon anymore. It's got to be a hide.
Yeah.
Is it like that in Tennessee?
It is. So you can actually get an exotic license and have an exotic one and do that. It's a lot more trouble than it's worth, really. I actually talked to one of the game wardens the other day, and his recommendation was to find one dead on the side of the road and put it in a cage and see if they would bark at it.
Yep.
I
didn't even host a treeing contest up here at my house, because it had to be, like you said, a dead coon or a hide or something like that. And I know a lot of dogs, they ain't even gonna mess with it if it's dead. So I didn't even mess with it.
On the bear bay that we done at our club last year, it was We had a pretty good turnout. There was a lot of dogs showed up for it. Of course, we go to them. I go to a lot of them, the plot associations and stuff like that. I know this weekend they're having one in Greenville, Tennessee, APA days. That's a huge bear bay and hog bay and things that they do up there. But it's a mechanical bear that they use. Some of them's got them rigged up on an old mechanical bull, and then some of them's got them, just a cape draped over a barrel and made as real as it can get, or a stuffed one, and they've got a pole and a guy sits in a tent and just works it.
That's pretty interesting. I mean, especially if you can get some dogs in there that can't tell if it's dead or alive.
Yeah, a lot of that's going to depend on the guy that's working it. If he can move it good enough and get them excited a little bit, make some noise, if you get the first one or two dogs barking at it, then the rest of them is going to follow suit usually.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's. You said y'all are kind of different because y'all are making a little more money at doing this. What's some of the payouts? Say if I were to load up, brought my hound up there, and I guess you want to cast. I mean, what kind of money are y'all dealing with in that? Is there big money in some of these world hunts and stuff like that y'all are throwing?
Go ahead, Nathan.
I don't even remember all the payouts from the world hunt and all that. I know just like an open event hunt. Say it's a $35, I think it is. Some of the registries that's going to get you around $72 or $70, something like that. Whereas in this one, I think it's correct me if I'm wrong, Justin. I think it's $92 for a 4-dog cast win.
Yes, sir. It's either I think it's 92 or 96. I ain't got my scale in front of me. 92.
Yeah.
Covering some gas money at least.
Yeah, hey, $20 is a lot of extra money to me.
Yep. Yeah.
We're not, saying that we pay out more. We're not, we're not out here to compete with nobody else because we enjoy hunting the rest of the registries too. So, we're just doing our own thing, and we're not in it for the money. When we started this, we told it as long as it can pay for itself, then we'll keep at it. Yeah. And so far, it's done great. We've not. We pour everything we get into it right back into it. And we don't. Me and my partner. That's just it. Everybody that's here is all volunteer help. We got a good group of people that's helping on the board. There's 9 of us all together. None of us draw a check off of it, and we just want to see it grow. It is a lot of fun. It's different. It's just something different about it. I've met a lot of good people that I didn't even know competition hunting. And some of them come from up towards Nathan and them. And I've met people all around the world that's in this. It's not as. It's me and the boy that was in that final cast that Nathan was actually one of the judges at this world event that we just had. And, I knew there was good dogs there. I've hunted with these boys in PKC and, and UKC cast, and the dog, we knew what I knew what I drew. And, I knew I had some competition, but man, to me, it didn't feel like I was hunting for a world title. It just felt like I was just out there hunting against these boys like a normal night. And, we just had fun. And that's pretty much the way it went. It wasn't as up. It wasn't really up. Everybody wasn't, just trying to cut throat you or beat you or whatever. It was pretty much laid on the dog to do his job.
Mm-hmm. That's the kind of stuff I like to hunt is where, yes, we're all competitive. Yes, we want to win. But, like you said, we ain't out there trying to kill each other. Ain't out there trying to stab each other in the back. That's the kind of stuff I like to be involved in. I do this kind of stuff as a hobby. If I take off for a weekend to go to a hunt or something like that, I want to enjoy myself. It's kind of like a mini vacation to me.
Yeah, this is my piece. I've got a normal job that I make my money at. Mm-hmm. This is my getaway from all that. I like going with good dogs. I'm not used to having a good dog. I've usually got the trashiest dog in the bunch, so if I get drawn out with some of these other guys that's got good dogs, I at least get to see what a good dog looks like, you know.
Yeah. Now, with y'all's registering, and I don't know how this works because I don't come from the coon hunting side of things. Can any coon dog just come show up to hunt? I mean, I know there's all kinds of different breeds out there, and I don't know if other organizations you can only hunt walkers, you can only hunt black and tans. I mean, do y'all kind of accept any kind of hound, and as long as it's papered? Does it got to be papered?
You can bring each Chihuahua if you want to. We register. We could, of course, we'd have to single register its own. I don't know how we never had nothing like that happen. I'm just saying, you don't have to have a hound dog. If you got something that's a coon dog, it's a coon dog.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most people, everybody I know, they're hunting pretty much purebred, either walker, black and tan, red bone, or what, But no, I mean, if you had something that was half hound and half something else, you could still hunt it, but it would be, you got to register it in its own category. Like it would not be nowhere near the hound section. It's like X-bred or something like that, or single registered X-bred or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Now, do y'all? I'm trying to think. With me, I got OMCBA dog. All right, I've got OMCBA papers on this dog, but I also hunt the UMCA registry, which is United Mountain Cur Association. I registered my dog with them, and they sent me another set of papers. It's just how they kind of lay it out. Do y'all kind of do something like that as well? Like, say if you bring some, I guess, PKC papers, get your dog entered, get it put in the organization. Do y'all print off a set of papers for it as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's easier. It's a lot easier when you have a set of papers to kind of go by.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we do it. I mean, pretty much that's what everybody does. And they just bring a copy of what they have, and then we go off that, usually.
Now, got a lot of squirrel hunters on this podcast. If, say, me and Nathan got together, wanted to throw a squirrel hunt this coming fall, what kind of dogs we allowed to bring? Is it a run what you brung?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. All right, then. So you're kind of looking at NSD stuff and USDC, kind of run what you brung. Okay.
Yeah, we're not strictly one breed. Like I think you was talking about what you was saying there a minute ago, was like a cur breed or something, ain't it?
Yeah. So I hunt original mountain curs, which is OMCBA, UMCA, some Kimmer stuff. They're not 100% dogs. They had hound mix somewhere in there, but they have OMCBA and UMCA papers on.
Right.
But
And we may have to start having some of these squirrel hunts. My dog keeps on like it is.
I mean, I could help you out. I always like to. I want to see more squirrel hunts get bigger around in my area. I hate loading up having to drive to Mississippi or Alabama just to be able to go to a squirrel hunt.
If I started squirrel hunting my dog, she'd start treeing coons then, probably.
I'd turn around hunting a coon hunt then, right?
That's when she'd tree the squirrel.
Hey, I know some guys, they seem like that's what a lot of them guys are toting hounds, from what Facebook or whatever, you see a lot of people squirrel hunting hounds.
Yeah, you do see a lot of walker dogs. Kind of the hot thing right now is taking a walker dog and breeding it to a cur dog, or a walker dog bred to a bird dog. You're seeing a lot of that stuff out there in some of these open registries right now. I don't know how to translate over to the coon hunting side of stuff, but some of these squirrel hunting organizations, they run coon hunts as well, but I don't think any of the rule sets are kind of like an organization that's running specifically coon hunts.
I just wouldn't know where to start. I mean, I need to go to an event and kind of be just a spectator or something and kind of get the feel of it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about putting some on because we got a few boys around here that are pretty serious in it. and but I'd like to see it done before I took it on.
Well, y'all being up there around Jamestown, Tennessee. I know OMCBA's throwing their spring hunt this weekend. It's probably gonna be wet and nasty, but if you just wanted to go on some casts that was close to y'all, Jamestown, Tennessee, that'd probably be about the closest to you, and that's the OMCBA headquarters. But I don't think it'd be an issue. You know, that there's a lot of squirrel hunters right here in my area that are big competition guys. I wouldn't mind helping y'all try to put something on at all. I could bring some of these guys up here with me, and we could test it out for sure to see how it'd go.
It might be something, that's, I don't know really. I mean, what time of the year we had a club up around Jamestown that was going to come on pretty heavy, and then I mean, from the way they talked, they was going to schedule hunts. Like it was like 8 or 9 hunts in a row they was talking about that.
Oh wow!
And so we haven't really. So as of right now, they haven't pulled the trigger on it and went with it. But we're just kind of sitting back and letting see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing is what y'all are doing is this organization. Y'all are trying to dip your toe in everything. And there's not a lot of organizations that want to do that. I mean, if you're running the Beagles, you get the bear and dog stuff going, and you're running coon hunts, man, this thing ought to shoot to the daggum moon if y'all can get enough people to participate.
I think on the big game side, from what I've seen, I mean, it looks like it brings a crowd. I mean, I went to that one event BJ and them put on up their club, and Nathan, and I mean, it's like Nathan was telling me, he said they don't bring one dog, they bring 20 dogs, and he wasn't lying.
Yeah.
It was just packed in there. And it was, it was fun. It looked fun. The man in the tent, I think he was burning up, but.
Yeah, he had the worst job.
What time of year did y'all host it?
I don't know.
I think it was May last year. Ooh. End of May, first part of June.
Ooh, boy, that's too hot.
Yeah, there was no shade either. It's where our club is. It's a saddle club. It's the horse riding club, and so he was in the arena. There was no shade whatsoever for him.
I imagine y'all probably got a nice location then. If it's at a saddle club and everything, probably plenty of parking, big nice barn, and everything like that, ain't it?
Well, we don't have a big barn. We've got a covered pavilion for everybody to sit and eat at, things like that. A kitchen, a couple other little sheds, but there's not an actual big barn.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the arena, it's not a covered arena. We do have bleachers around it and things like that. It's a pretty nice little venue, though, for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Well, anytime you are trying to throw a big event or anything, get with me and I'll help promote it. Kind of like we talked about at the start of this podcast. I feel like all dog men are needing to kind of unite. It don't matter what you're doing. They're trying to push us to the wayside, fellas.
Yeah, it's going to take us all staying together. I know we all want to fight and feud about our seasons and that, but if we keep fighting and feuding, then none of us are going to have a season left.
Exactly. They're going to push us all away and do away with us. It's going to be left to the steel hunters. Yeah.
And then the steel hunters are going to be next. That's what a lot of folks don't realize, I don't think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, here's a question for you. I know y'all kind of got like a summertime bear season up in Tennessee, correct?
Training season starts the end of August, 1st of September, somewhere right in there.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was kind of a middle of the summertime thing. When's the actual bear season open?
I think the first kill season on bear is the first part of October. There's a few days there that it opens up.
It might be trying to. It would possibly be good to throw an early kind of hunt to get some guys out there to possibly train on some dogs doing some bay-in and stuff like that.
Yeah, you get spring and summertime. That's when you can get most of your bear hunters. But if there's a training season open or a kill season for bear, then that's where those guys are going to be. They're not going to waste their time on a bay. You got to hit them just right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, guys, is there anything else y'all like to cover or talk about? We've been going about 40 minutes here.
I mean, I appreciate you helping us promote this youth hunt, and the organization itself.
Yeah.
We're hoping for a big turnout for it. Uh, we'll be ready. We got plenty of guides, and we'll have plenty of food.
All right. And once again, for anybody who missed it, where's the hunt located, and what are the dates?
So it's going to be in Copper Hill, Tennessee, at 686 Cherokee Trail, and that's going to be on May the 2nd and May the 3rd.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you this. I am going to donate $100 to this youth event. I will get with you after this. I'll send it through you on Venmo. If you want me to get with a local dog supply shop, send them $100 for some collars or leashes. You just tell me whatever you want to do. I'm going to donate $100 to it.
Hey, I appreciate it.
And like I said, if there's anything I can help y'all possibly do on the squirrel side, I'm more than willing. Y'all get with me. I'll try to help y'all set up an event. Y'all just let me know. Like I said, I try to help.
You might have to take us on a buddy hunt sometime and let us learn it a little bit.
Hey, I can do that. We can go have some fun. My dog ain't a comp dog, but I like to think he is. We can go kill some squirrels.
But that's another thing that we run. We run poor boy hunts on the coon hunting side, and we actually gained a lot of people by the poor boy hunts that wanted to come in and hunt. It's $10. I mean, you're going to spend that anywhere you go to hunt, and you actually just get to. We draw out casts and everything, and it's a win towards your dog if you get it, and we have a good time.
Okay. So what is a poor boy hunt?
So a poor boy is just another round of competition hunting, just like an open event. But the entry fee's $10. You come out, pay you $10. We'll draw the cast out, and you'll go compete for $10. You can't hardly beat that.
That would be for. Go ahead.
You get a $10 lesson, if anything.
Yeah,
it's a good way to get out there and get your toes wet and learn.
Yes,
that's really nice. Wow.
It's been a big boost for our club because we ended up with a lot of guys that just pleasure hunted, and we started doing some of the poor boy hunts, and they was like, "Hey, this ain't as bad as I thought it was." I thought this was just a bunch of crooks and things like that when you come to competition world, and they were like, "This is pretty fun."
I'd imagine that would help them make the jump to get into some of the bigger competition hunts and everything too, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it has. A buddy of mine, Jeremy Smith, Justin knows him pretty well. He went from never hunting one to, man, if there's a competition hunt within 100 miles of us, he's trying to get to it.
Oh, wow.
Now,
wow.
He told me the other day he walked up there. I said, you know what, Jeremy? He was going to get rid of the dog he'd been winning with. I said, I think you're messing up. I said, because as far every hunt that I know you showed up to, you've won one of them casts. I said, and you're talking about getting rid of the dog that's winning. I said, that's a mistake.
You don't do that. Keep the one that's winning.
And but man, them boys are fun to hunt with, though. I enjoyed hunting with them. I laughed so much in that cast, my ribs hurt the next day. And I mean, that's a competition. Like I told you, I've hunted a little bit of everything, and sometimes it's just way too serious.
Mm-hmm.
I would turn the dogs loose, let the dogs do the work, and that's the way it needs to be, and that's kind of the way we really want to keep it. We don't want it to get out of hand and dealing with a lot of drama or anything like that. Right now, I mean, I feel like I ain't really seen nothing get out of hand at all with TDKC, and we got Nathan on board and with us, and I mean, I ain't seen no trouble.
No, we ran a very smooth world hunt this past weekend. I mean, it was great.
Hopefully, we'll keep continuing to grow, and have new people come on. And we're not sure yet if we're going to hold the world hunt again, and the actual world coon hunt in Tennessee again. I think we're leaning towards holding it in Tennessee again. And it'll be about the same time frame as last year, or this last year.
Well, like I said, if there's anything I can do to help y'all grow, maybe possibly I'd like to see it grow and have another world squirrel hunt, to be honest. So if y'all want to try to hold some events up there at your club, Nathan, get with me. I can walk you through some of how our competition stuff goes. I can put you in touch with some other organizations, people that hunt with them a lot, and we can try to help y'all out the best we can, guys.
Sounds good.
Hey, y'all get together. Let me know. I'll come up and go with you.
Yeah, 100%. It's 100%. I know.
Now, from what I gather, though, you might have to walk a little more doing this squirrel hunting.
Oh yeah, yeah. You gonna walk? You gonna walk? That's the only thing I know difference from the coon hunting. An average coon hunt cast, from what I've been told, a dog may get treed 2-3 times, maybe 4. Oh boy, on a squirrel hunt, every now and then you'll have a dog. It might tree 7, 8, 9, 10 times in an hour and 30-minute hunt.
Wow.
Now these dogs, they ain't going half a mile, stuff like that. But there are some dogs it'll be treed every 500, 600, 700 yards. You having to go to it.
Can I drive a buggy?
Hey, if you've got land that we can go turn some dogs out and get to them on a buggy, I'm loaded up and ready to come.
I got it.
So
that's what we need to do.
I can already tell you by the end of squirrel season up here where I'm hunting, I feel like I'm gonna have a double knee replacement by the end of the year. So, but like I said, guys, I appreciate y'all hopping on here for a little while. I enjoyed it. I hope to keep seeing this thing grow, and I hope y'all have a great youth world hunt. If I'm off work that weekend, I'm gonna try to make it up there and just come hang out with you for a little while.
Yeah, absolutely. More the merrier. Bring you waders. It gets a little deep sometimes around these coon hunters.
Oh, now I don't know if I'll go on a cast, but I'll come hang out for a little while. So.
Well, man, it was good meeting you. We appreciate the help.
Yes, sir. Like
Absolutely.
I said, I appreciate y'all coming on here. And once again, guys, this was Justin Hatfield with Top Dog Kennel Club and Mr. Nathan Henderson with Copper Basin Coon Club, correct? Houndsman Club. I'm going to post y'all's Facebook links and everything like that. I'm going to try to share the organizations, send some more traffic to y'all's way. I'd like to see y'all grow this thing, guys. So,
hey, we're trying. It takes everybody, man.
Takes everybody. Stick together and keep the dog man passion alive, correct?
That is correct.
So, well, guys, y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to y'all soon.
See you, bud.
All right.